with Safa and Donovan.
Welcome back to The Bunt, the number one podcast in skateboarding, brought to you by the number one shoe in skateboarding. Off the wall since 1960, motherfucking 6. I'm D Jones. I got my main man, the Ghost, with me. We got Antoine behind the scenes. Ghost, it's summertime in the city. The weather's right. The Bunt is back. Who we got popping for episode 2?
Oh, we had to go triple OG legend this week. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
None other than Aaron Snyder. You know what I'm saying? When we were kids, you know, Shorty's. Just an all-time classic. One of the great videos. Fulfill the Dream. Snyder, you know what I'm saying, cemented his legacy in that one. And then kept fucking cruising for many years to come. Digital part, etc. But
get tricks or die trying, dude.
Yeah, some
Take
great
this shit
insights.
Back to Cali, man.
Some great insights from his perspective. Awesome conversation. Hype for everyone to hear that one. Then we take it, straight to the post office. Some Bunt video updates and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, wrapping it up with the rundown.
Y'all know what time it is. Make sure to follow us on The Bunt Live on Instagram. Subscribe to us at youtube.com/TheBuntLive on YouTube. Hit us up on our Patreon, patreon.com/TheBunt. And then head over to the website, thebuntlive.com. Get your Bunt Jam tickets on the site. Friday, 100% free. Saturday, you need a ticket to the Skate Jam, so make sure you get your tickets. Ghost, you want to just like the amount of skaters coming to this year's Bunt Jam is fucking blasphemy, man. We got teams doing trips coming through T-Dot to hit the Bunt Jam. We got, the OGs who have been there since day one. Your Jake Andersons, your Mason Silvas. That shit will never change. But the amount of new people coming to the Bunt Jam, it's crazy.
All right, let me list off
every week.
Local ledge, TJ Rogers. You know what I'm saying? We got Cater Silla. We got Chloe Cavell. I was gonna say first timer, but she went crazy in Melbourne. OG, our boy Townley. First timer, Louis Lopez. You know what I'm saying? Step into the plate. Our boy from episode 1, Gabbers in the building. Little bro who's upstairs fucking working on some EA skate, Johnny Purcell. You know what I'm saying?
Sir.
He's pulling back up. Who else we got? Man,
all right,
Dikey.
don't give him too much. Don't give him too much, man. Frankie Heck, our Dallas Connect. It's just crazy, man. So make sure, go get your tickets, thebuntlive.com. Please, everyone, come to the jam. It's going to be crazy. You don't just want to watch this shit on the internet. You want to feel the excitement, man. You ever wanted to be inside the podcast? This is how you do it. I mean, kind of. And then while you're there, hit up the web shop. Obviously, you come to the jam, rocking some of the new drop. Safe is gonna buy you a beer or some.
Yeah, that's a pretty fair exchange.
All right, let's fucking do it then. Safe is buying everyone a beer who rocks the new gear to the jam. Y'all know where to find it. Thebuntlive.com. Ghost, you do this hard work so we don't have to, man. The Ghost shout out of the week.
Lately, skate videos are treated as disposable content. Algorithms decide what gets seen, and full lengths are reduced to a couple of clips in a feed. That's not how skate videos are meant to be experienced. That's why The Den was built. The Den is the skate video app. It has a deep catalog of videos preserved the way filmers intended them to be seen. From the classics to the latest releases, and even a couple of 24-hour live channels, The Den was made so when something special comes along, it stays front and center, long after the feeds moved on. So if you care about skate videos like we do, get The Den for free on iPhone, Android, the web, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire TV. This season, we teamed up with our friends at The Den to give one lucky Bunt listener an all-expenses-paid trip for 2 to the Bunt Jam this August in Toronto. If you win, you're getting flights for 2 to Toronto, 3-night accommodations, access to the VIP-only opening party, a Safa-sized Bunt gear package, some rolling around money, and a lifetime pro account to The Den. All you got to do to enter is go to entertheden.com/bunt and create a free profile on the Den app. It literally couldn't be easier. So stop what you're doing and go to entertheden.com for your shot to get flown out for the full VIP Bunt Jam experience this summer in Toronto.
All right, I got to go back down memory lane. There's too many epic parts that dropped while we were on break. Last week I hit you with Kayaki Ike Loop. Probably they were tied for the parts I watched the most in the last few months. It's got to go to our guy Jeremy Liabres glitched part.
Oh my god!
You know what I'm saying? The wall ride fucker. I don't even know. Bank to wall ride, nollie backside flip, heard round the world, no sliding double kinks, blunt kick flips, man. You name it. Style lord, man. Huge fan of Jeremy. And it was great to see him put out some new and skate to some hip hop, you know what I'm saying? So go check it if you haven't. Glitched part, Jeremy Liabres.
Dude, I think everybody's had to have seen that shit, man.
Well, go watch it again.
If you ain't seen that. I mean, yeah, watch it twice, 3 times, you fucking name it. I got a shout out this week, man. Watched it last night, it's fresh in my mind. Texted you, America's tour, man, tour vid. Why are you doing this? John Dixon, dude. Sometimes he goes away for a little bit and you think, you know, or you forget. Or maybe I forget. And then he reminds you. He's a top dog in this skate game, man. John Dixon, why are you doing this? I mean, all of them. Leo Romero, the legends. Make sure to peep it. And then someone texted us this week requesting a shout out. You remember who that was?
Someone wanted a shout out of the week?
Someone requested. You got to give it to him. That's our dog.
All right. Yo, Gary, man. Fucking little motherfucker. Yeah, Gary and his Itch Pig crew, they dropped a video. They hit one of them corny kind of titles. What was it? Oz, A-U-S or something? Like Oz in the U.S. or something. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It was sick. Gary had some clips. Go check it. Donald, get the title for the people. But, man,
you
John
got it. It's A-U-S, man.
A-U-S. John D'Lo clips, always glorious. Gary Rogers clips, that's top tier right there. That's a bunch of homies over there. So shout out to them. Go peep their videos. Still.
And don't forget Jace, man. He's taking over this shit, man.
Real shit.
Drop game is fucking running through Jace these days. That switch ollie, the cover, the My War, everything about that was special, man. Congrats to Jason and all his success. And he was in Sodi Rico, fucking killing it, screaming in the back of every clip. It's
Switch
big.
aerial heel.
Gary, well done, man. Well done. Dude, I think that's it, man. Anything else we got to get through in this intro before we get to, the OG?
Go get a Bunt Jam ticket, damn it. And
yeah, we just went over that, but we could go over it again if we have to, man.
Let's go holler at Snyder, man. You know what time it is.
Yo, let's get this interview pod. Let's get this thing started. We have Aaron Snyder in the building today. Triple OG. What's cracking, man?
Not much, man. Thanks for having me.
Of course, brother. Happy to have you here. I don't know if you listen to the pod or not, but we start every show off the same. You got to hit us with your favorite skate moment and your favorite sports moment.
Probably favorite skate moment was probably turning pro. Just stands out in my head the most. And then maybe like guys comeback. It's also like a pretty epic moment. Both times, whichever one you pick. Mouse and then what was it? Fully flared.
Yeah, huge.
And then favorite sports moment: Packers winning the Super Bowl for sure.
Oof,
for sure. That's number one. Both times as well, but I think the second time with Rodgers was a little better.
Personally, hate Aaron Rodgers, but
yeah, he's not a lot of middle ground there.
Yeah, unfortunately, I got to deal with him as a Steelers fan.
He wasn't terrible last year with Steelers, was he? He was like not.
No, but that's the thing. You're right. He's not terrible.
That's
but
the
he's
worst
just bad
part.
enough to win enough games to have a shitty draft pick.
It's the worst place to be in the NFL, right?
yeah.
Is just competent.
Dude, even Tomlin was tired of that shit, dude. You can't pay me enough to deal with this one more time.
Yeah, let's get back to talking about your career as a skateboarder. Except you did meet him, so I don't know if you want to tell us about that.
I did meet him. Yeah, I did meet him. It was super fucking cool. I had an inside like hookup for my wife's good friend. Was running ESPN ESPY's party, like an after party.
Cool.
And she knew like Aaron Rodgers had requested some specific whiskey. Can't remember what it was exactly right now. But, and there was only one bar that they had it stocked at. So she's like, hey, I'll get you in, go in. So she got me and my friend in. We like kind of like posted up near this bar. So I'm lurking around and waiting for my moment to go up and ask him to just, you know, whatever. It'd be cool if I take a photo or whatever. He goes to the bar and I introduce myself, shake his hand. And I'm like, is it cool if we take a photo possibly? And he's like, oh, I'm not doing that tonight. And so I like dropped my cousin's name because my cousin and her husband, they're like Broadway actors and played in some charity tournament. And he's like friends with him now. So I was like, oh, I think you know my cousin Michael Park. And he's like, oh, no way, you know Michael? Oh, hell yeah, man. Yeah, we're going to take a photo. So, yeah, I mean, Rogers, he was icy at first, but, you know, he was gracious in the end.
But he got the photo.
Yeah.
Oh, damn right.
So that's a win.
Hell yeah.
So Aaron, take us back to the beginning, man. Where'd you grow up and how'd you get into skating?
I grew up in Wisconsin. No big surprise there. A Packers fan. Born in Green Bay. And I got into skating because my older brothers, one 7-year, one 8-year older brothers, and they went through their whole cycle, you know, like BMX, and then found skating, and they built like this fucking god-awful vert ramp in the backyard. And
Damn.
That's just some of my earliest memories, like sitting on it, you know, going back and forth on the ramp. And yeah, that was like kind of it. I think I was like 8 or 9. Started skating. Yeah, it was like just jump ramps and ollies. Pretty simple. Yeah. And then moved to Madison when I was, I think, 11 or 12, right before middle school. And that was when I met, like, first of all, it's also like Green Bay. It's really like nothing. It's tiny little town. So Madison was a little more infrastructure, so it was like a little more like actual stuff to skate, and there were actual skaters there. And that was when I met like Dave Mayhew and Tyrone Olson, Pete Lehman, a couple other people that never ended up coming out to California, but were all like, you know, like legit quality skaters. So when I went to Madison, that was when like I feel like actually like skating was like, holy shit, this is what I want to do. Mm-hmm. That's, yeah, and that was Wisconsin. And then, so as soon as I graduated high school, I packed up and drove out to San Diego, and a couple people, like Mayhew, he's older than me, so he'd already been out there for like a year and a half. So me and my friend Matt Sosa, we drove out there, met up, and we had a whole little Wisconsin crew out in San Diego for like those early days. And we were already, I mean, I was already like sponsored at that point. I think I was already sponsored for like 3 years at that time.
Okay, nice. You had a shop sponsor and all that?
Yeah, we had a shop sponsor. And then I ended up getting on this company called One More Skateboards. It was like the most random company because I went to Lake Owen Skate Camp, and I went there as a camper. Dude, it's fucking insane. I think I was 13. And the H Street, a group of dudes from H Street were out there as the counselors. And I was like Jason Carney, Brennan Chaffel, Eddie Elguera, and Eric Costin. And Costin was 15.
Wow.
At the time, nobody had heard of him. It was like completely pre-Costin. And I remember like leaving that week and like just telling my friends, like, I have seen the future. Like, this is insane.
There's an alien here.
Like, and Ken Park was there, who at the time, he had this brand called Fat Clown. It was like this huge clothing brand at the time. And he's the one that started this new brand called One More. From that connection, I got that sponsor. And then a couple years later, like me, Dave Mayhew, and Pete Lehman all made the NSA Amateur Finals, which was out in San Diego. And when we went out there, then we got on that company Evil, which was formerly H Street.
Oh, dope.
Oh, nice.
And Mayhew was on Evil, and Mayhew was already living in San Diego. And he called me one day and he was like, hey, here's the deal. We're going to ride for Maple. Like, I'm like, Mark Johnson's going to ride for Maple. I'm going to ride for Maple. I'm bringing you. And then our team manager is bringing over Chad Knight. So when I moved to California, it was like on almost like a newly formed Maple team.
That's sick.
So it was like going out there, meeting teammates, but also having come from, like growing up with people that were also on the team.
Nice.
And that was right after Muska had gotten off of Maple and was on Toy Machine.
Damn.
So
Just missed him there.
We didn't cross paths on there.
Yeah.
Still had the MJ star power. I just want to rewind back to the backyard vert ramp built by the fam, because that just sounds like an accident waiting to happen. Anything gnarly go down?
Nothing gnarly went down because the thing itself was so gnarly. It was like almost like unskatable. It was 8 feet wide, 13 feet high, no platform, no coping. There was a makeshift platform on one side, but it was just like held up by like 2x5. I mean, it was like a dare to go up and stand on the top. And it was made out of like 1/2 inch thick plywood, 4x8s sheets. So it was like, there was no transition. It was all like a series of like banks.
Hey, well, you got hella good at bank skating.
Yeah, it was like,
that must have helped.
I remember they invested so much time and like a whole summer building it. And they hated it immediately. And I was the only one that liked it because I was like a little kid just going on my butt.
Dude.
And then they eventually cut it down. They chopped it and then moved it into the front yard as a quarter pipe coming off of the driveway. So you could like ride in the road, carve into the driveway, and then hit the quarter pipe.
That's awesome.
Hey, you got hella bank skills out of it. I don't know if you have any vert clips, but at least it helped with that, I'm sure.
Yeah, no vert clips, but yeah, definitely had some serious like wedge bank training.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Dude, I mean, you just went through a lot of history, so you may have already said it, but the next question is, what is your first big break in the skate industry?
Yeah, I think definitely Lake Owen skate camp. That was probably the first big break, because I had, not only was it like seeing who were then like big time pro skaters like in person and skating with them, and then also getting that little bit of like taste of like, you can hang, like you can hang in the session. So getting to that point where you're comfortable and meeting people that are out in California, that was like a pretty big break, because I was in immediate connection, and I was like now in touch with people that were like living it outside, like already in the industry.
In high school, did you know like once you graduated you were going right to Cali? Was that like the plan?
I knew that probably before high school. I think like by high school I was already completely checked out of anything that was outside of skating. Like I had almost flunked out of high school freshman, sophomore, and junior year. And then it was only at a point where, like my parents are like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, dude, what do you got to do? Like, so it was kind of like a challenge. Like if you want to chase this dream, you got to show us that you're mentally capable of performing at like the most basic functions. You should be able to pass high school and get through it. So then senior year, I did well and got like a 3-something grade point average, but I didn't care. As soon as I graduated, I was just out to San Diego.
Dude, because that's like a pretty young age. Now that I have a son, I'm like, if he leaves right after high school, I'm like, he's still pretty young, man. Like
very young. Yeah. Super young. And like, and this was 1995. Yeah. So it's not like, hey, hit me up on the cell phone, we're like me and my friend are driving out there with
a paper map,
like old school map and like checking in on pay phones at hotels. And it's not like we're like, oh, here's our next stop. We're there in 82 miles. Yeah. We're just going until we stopped.
That's crazy, man. I mean, that's just how it used to be.
Yeah, I love that. Before you got into some of your board history, you got up to Maple with Mark Johnson and stuff. Tell us a bit about that era, and then eventually making the move to Shorty's.
Maple era was cool. It was simultaneously incredible and eye-opening and a little gut-wrenching, because it started out and you're out in California 3 months leading up to moving out. I rolled my ankle, so right when I got to California, I was just starting to skate again, was on Maple, was meeting everybody. Like you said, like I knew immediately after skating with Mark, like once or once. You're like that the dude is like a absolutely mind-blowingly special kind of talent. So even that was just inspiring to be around, and like the type of sessions that were happening, because like we had our own little infrastructure already there. Like the filmer that we grew up with that made our shop videos, he was the dude that came out and was like now the filmer. He was the guy that eventually made the video troubleshooters and tactical manual. So it was like very comfortable to like come out, and even though there's like all these new elements, like skating with Mark and skating with dudes like that you grew up with, like Donger, Kean Liu, Jason Carney, there was still familiarity because you had your friends that were doing it. And yeah, so it was pretty incredible. And then ultimately, sucked because what felt like finally back to like myself. Like I was skating really well, getting tricks every time I would go out, and then rolled my ankle super bad in the middle of filming for 7 Steps to Heaven. Damn. And was really disappointed in my part because it had like glimpses of what I think it could have been, but then it was cut way short, and then right after that I got kicked off. Oh. So it was like, damn. Ooh, welcome to the skate industry, kid.
Yeah.
Wow. What did they say the reason behind kicking you off was?
I guess it was justified. They put on Jerry Sue.
Oh. Like, listen, Aaron, we made a trade.
Yeah. No, that's not. It's coming back to me now. It's coming back to me.
At that point, you got to be like,
because that was like Mark's little protege.
Yeah.
So Maple was changing. Like Maple was going through its own little change, and Maple's kind of like, it's weird. Maple's kind of like, they're kind of almost like a Dark Star-esque parallel, where they had like moments where the team and the riders were really cool and unique, and were like could have done something pretty awesome and potentially sustaining, and then it just felt like it just went in a way that was, I don't know, generic and
That doesn't sound like a trade to me, though. That just sounds like getting cut and sent to waivers.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to phrase it nicely,
That's not. It's a trade, except there's nowhere for you.
You're going to free agency.
Right, exactly.
It's just a roster move.
And at the time that this happened, I was starting to skate again. So it was another one of those things, right? Like there were things in the Maple video, or if I had either not gotten hurt or just like held all that shit a little bit to do like one full part. So I always felt like the first like couple of years, everything was like a half part,
right.
Like a just a little taste, and then disappointing finish.
Yeah, fuck. So what's the Shorty story then? When does that come into play?
Shorty's happened really, really organically. It just happened because at the time I was skating this spot, Mission Bay, all the time. It was like one of the only weekday spots, a little bike rack, steep wedged banks all around it, and a plastic bench. And was starting to skate with Muska more and more. And he lived right down the street. And I was just friends with him. At the time, I had a video camera and a car. Whatever, we'd like fucking pick up like 4 or 5 dudes, roll around San Diego, we'd film something if we could. And then that was right around the time that the Toy Machine thing dissolved. And when Shorty's was starting up, he just asked me one day. He was just like, "Hey, you down to ride for Shorty's?" I talked to Steve and he said he's down. So if you're down, I'll let Tony know. And it was like that, it was done. And I think it was like Sammy and Jesse were already on. Me, Brandon, and Smolik were skating all over San Diego. And then it took I can't remember how long to convince them to put on Smolik, but it felt like forever.
Why?
Because they had they'd initially set their marketing campaign where it was like Muska. It was supposed to be like 3 super pros, like 3 in the marketing campaign started out with Polaroids turned over. And there was 3 Polaroids, and Muska was flipped over, and you could see him, and it was like, who's it going to be next? And then they reveal Steve Olsen. So they're like, oh my God, who's this third person going to be? And so they thought, because nobody knew who he was a complete no-name unless you lived in San Diego and you knew he was the best. And so Tony didn't want to put him on. And there was so much marketing happening even already for Fulfill the Dream. Like we're already well into filming it. And Smolik, was just like getting maybe just like riding boards from Brandon. I'm not sure exactly how it went down. We basically like told him, we're like, dude, he's so good that it's going to be better by people not knowing who he is, because the credentials are already there. You already got Muska and Olsen. If they're saying this dude's fucking certified, it will cause more intrigue, and people will immediately be like, damn, what's going to happen? Like, who is this guy? So it ended up causing more curiosity and interest. There was like a lot of expectations for a minute. There was maybe going to be Penny, maybe like one of those types of names. So the Smolik was like a bit of a left turn from a business standpoint that he had to be kind of convinced of. And then Smolik, I remember it was just like one night, he was drinking Goldschlager and just fucking called Tony. He's like, dude, this is it. He's like, fucking Smolik's the dude. We're making it happen.
I mean, Donald, I don't want to speak for you, but that was a little bit before I started skating when Fulfill the Dream came out. So like, it's so cool to hear this, not knowing how that went down and just seeing the full video probably a year into me skating.
Yeah, I wasn't around for the lead up to Fulfill the Dream either. I didn't know about these Polaroids or the building of the team. I just saw Fulfill the Dream and Misled Youth at like the same time. Those were like the two videos.
I mean, they marketed the shit out of that video for like, I think over a full year. And it was like, there was, I think, I'd have to go back and look. I really think that there was at times where there were like 3 or 4 2-page spreads per magazine for this video.
Wow.
Like it was like in the same one, there'd be multiple 2-page spreads. So the like hype that they built up for it. And how about this? You could only purchase the video by the case as a shop. Like you could only purchase like 50 of them.
Holy
like
shit, really?
You couldn't reorder whatever. Like it was like, because they came in like a whole POS like box display that you're meant to display it in. So they were really, really good at marketing.
Well, even though I wasn't skating at the time, I know that the fucking Smolik reveal must have landed like huge, or at least his part backed up all the hype, because I just watched that the other day again. One of the fucking most memorable parts ever.
The whole video though it's incredible for like a first video to watch. I didn't know what I was watching at the time.
That's a great,
but it was like, oh, this is incredible.
I mean, Santa Barbara, what is it about Santa Barbara companies? It's like, I don't know if you've ever gone back. Like I grew up on Powell videos. So I grew up on Future Primitive and Ban This and Propaganda. There was a time when you're so hardcore as a skater when you like rebel against those types of videos, because they're almost just like, they're not just trick oriented. There's like a film and like an understanding that skateboarding is a special thing, and they kind of try to portray that. I think Shorty's and Fulfill the Dream had a little bit of that magic. Like I look back on it and think of how ridiculous we thought it was when we're riding on the horses and having to like stop for photos and climbing up to do this. We're like, what the fuck is going on? What does this have to do with skating? Then you look back on it and you're like, all right, that's pretty cool. That was like pretty cool, especially for like a little kid.
Yeah, which is what you guys were, which is crazy.
Yeah.
When you watch it now, you're like, damn, they were fucking all like Brandon's like tiny and Sammy.
Oh man, Brandon was 15.
That's crazy.
15 years old.
So sick. Smolik though,
yeah.
Wow. The big reveal.
Yeah, man, Smolik was so far ahead of that whole, there was a lot of good skating happening down there, and he was way above all of it.
Speaking of being ahead of the times, in our last episode of last season, there was an email about backtail 270 shoves, and I was like, oh yeah, the first one I remember seeing was Mark Johnson in a chocolate thing, and then Wenning did it switch in a Transworld video later. But then I watched his part the other day. I'm like, oh, he like fakey'd ollied into it and did 3 shove and fucking Fulfill the Dream. Like,
yeah. Oh, wait a minute. I know exactly what you're talking about. You're talking about the Smolik. He's wearing those dope Sal shoes. I'm almost sure what you're talking about now. Yeah, I always loved that especially the way that he did it. I remember right when I saw Wenning do it, I was like, damn, he switchback tailed into that. It's fucking sick.
Yeah. Okay, so it was fakey. Like, he did the switchback tail 3 shove, but fakey.
It was fakey, exactly. Or we would have said frontside half.
Yeah, that's what I say. Yeah, frontside half cab nose, 270 shove.
The old trick
The
debate.
back tails shove, back tails and stuff that like I've seen people starting to do again more recently. So sick.
Yeah, he was ahead of all of that stuff.
So what was it like premiering Fulfill the Dream? Did you guys have like a world tour, a little tour? Like, how were the premieres for a video like as anticipated as Fulfill the Dream?
We had one premiere. It was at Snow Valley. It was at like this resort, like an hour or something away from like LA. And it was sick. They had like a whole day's worth of events. They had a skate park there, so they had like people skating, and then they had a huge stage, and we had like 5 music acts, ending with who is it? The Invisible Scratch Pickles, A-Track, who was a sick DJ, and then the Alcoholics. I don't know if you guys ever heard of that band, the Alcoholics. And that was before the video played. So then they're like, they stop playing, everybody rushes the stage, sitting on stage in the crowd out back. Video plays, crowd goes wild. Rest of the night's a little bit hazy. And then I remember that we had like every room in the hotel, in like the local hotel, booked. And like the next day, just the level of carnage outside was fucking gnarly. But as far as I know, that was the only premiere that they did.
I think I saw a flyer for that somewhere. Someone maybe in my research posted it.
It was super fun. I was really fucking salty though, because the premiere like the video was one of the first videos ever to be edited in like a non-linear editing system. So it was like computer based as opposed to like just like
VCR dubbing, basically.
1-to-1, yeah. And the computer like messed up, and somehow I had 4 tricks that repeated instead of played. So I had like 4 tricks missing, and in the place where they should have been were 4 repeated tricks from that had already played again. So I was like, what the
That's annoying.
hell is going on?
Who edited the video? Isn't there a story behind that?
Yeah, it was edited by the owner's girlfriend, April.
So random.
They were like, she actually like helped start the company and was like really instrumental in most of what built it, even though they weren't technically married. But yeah, she edited the video and was like holed up in their little house, and writers would be able to like sit and help go through, what do you want where. And yeah, it was really cool, because it was the first time it was like mind blowing that you're like, what do you mean the footage is imported into the computer? It's in the computer?
That's so sick. They obviously fixed it by the time it went out, so didn't get the quadruple.
No, they didn't fix it. They just simply removed the repeated tricks.
Oh,
fucking hell.
Damn.
So I lost four tricks that were supposed to be in there are not.
Damn. Well,
I have a couple of them. I think I have 2 of them retrieved, like personally, and 2 of the other ones are gone forever.
Wow.
So it was, yeah. As a skater at the time, I was not stoked about it.
If you leave the beaches of Scotland and head south to Europe's answer to Miami Beach, London, and the beaches along River Thames, then here is a good sentence to know. If you're sitting down for a meal with a Londoner and he or she, or whoever the person might be, says, "Bruv, the ruby is proper peng here, innit?" then that means, my friend, the food is really good here, isn't it? Remember that, and your trip to London will be great. This language course was brought to you by none other than CHPO, the worldwide leader in sunglasses and watches, and always doing it for the people.
You said you were a little disappointed in your previous parts. They felt short, and injuries played a part in that. How did you feel about this part?
Oh, exact same way.
Fucking hell.
I don't know. It was the same way. Like, I remember I had gotten hurt a couple times for the filming of that, and never, it was like always like kind of back, never fully back. I remember going and editing my part, bring it back to with April up in Santa Barbara. And at the time, like I didn't have anything for like a last trick. My last clip was like a lame 50-50 down this like double king cobra that was really easy like to do. It's like wasn't even scary. And Willie had already like lip slit it, or I heard that he had lip slit it. It hadn't come out yet.
Crazy.
And so I had like went back to San Diego, and I think it was only like a week before the premiere. And that was when that week I did the fakie 5-0 fakie tray flip, and I immediately like called and I'm like, I will drive up right now. Like we have to
I'm
get
on my
this
way
in there.
Yeah.
Like I remember being stoked because I had like, I had a few like new Manny's that I hadn't seen done before here and there, but I didn't have anything that I felt was like a cool last trick. So at least I had felt good about that one trick, even though I was overall pretty like, it's hard. I don't know if I've ever had a part where I'm like, that part was up to my standards, or even something that is like close to that. But as time goes by, I can at least look back on them and appreciate them now. Like now I watch it sometimes and I'm like, damn, that guy was pretty good. And then other times I'm just like, what the hell were you even thinking?
Yeah, it's like chasing the dragon for like most skaters that want to fucking push themselves. It's never enough.
You're in your head, you know what you're capable of. And it's also tough because at that time there was nowhere to fucking practice. Like practice wasn't a word in skating. You get laughed at for even calling it practice, for going skating flat ground. Like, it was like you're trying to learn something new in the streets when you have limited time, and then very limited time, like opportunity to take something that you've learned and then apply it to all, gaps and rails and all this other shit. Like there was just no skate parks around, and everywhere was a bust except for like a few spots. So, a lot of times I'm just like, oh my God, if I would have just had a ledge, like a single ledge,
Yeah. Hey, well, you figured out fakie 5-0 fakie tray with nowhere to fucking practice. But I mean, it sucks that you weren't completely satisfied with the part, but regardless, that's one of the most iconic videos ever. And like that just being in that video cements you, like,
I think I'm more stoked to have been a part of it, than actually like the part itself. But it had a few bright spots.
Dude, I feel like it like
shaped
it was
such a cool era.
The next generation. Like, how did the legend of Muska and even just Shorties as a whole grow after Fulfill the Dream? Like, what was the aftermath of the video?
The aftermath was Muska became like a legit star. I think at a level that I don't think skating had seen since like maybe like Hosoi in the mid 80s. Yeah. He was like actually like legit mobbed everywhere he went. It was kind of like knowing you're living in like a peak. That was the counterpoint to like the aftermath of the video, was also me getting kicked off again for, I would say like justifiable reasons in the end, which was they didn't see me as a viable long-term pro. It had taken them a full year to get their shit together to turn Smolik pro, and they were not going to turn anybody else pro for a long time, which they ended up not doing. They held to that. So yeah, they're just like, somebody's got to go. And they had that was the other thing. Right after Fulfill the Dream, they had their money manager, was like embezzling tons of money from them.
God. Like
hundreds of thousands of dollars. So right before I got kicked off, that was like they hired this new person from outside of the skate industry to come take a look at everything, shaped their kind of like organization, and reevaluated their like future like layout, how to like get financially stable. And I guess I was one of the unfortunate parts they had to get rid of.
Bro, that's the worst. I hate hearing that. Was the money manager a skater?
No. I don't think so.
At least let it be a skater. I hate when a
I didn't
non-skater
know what
comes
way you're
in.
gonna go with that.
I just hate when a non-skater comes in, steals a bunch of money from like.
Yeah.
It's hard to make money in skating, and there's a company actually
Yeah.
popping off, and some fucking random fuck comes through and takes all the money.
Like a rare moment. in
But I
skating.
mean, it was crazy because at the time it was like a big deal because all the pros were getting like $5,000 a month, and that was well above industry standard.
Mhm.
So the AMs, it was weird. They were paying Brandon and I only, and they told us not to tell the other dudes. They're like, don't tell them that you're getting paid. Like, why not? I'm like, dude, it's $200. This is like
just
you
give
know,
them
like,
200,
like-
dude. It's not that big a deal.
Yeah.
Damn.
Like you're running 12-page ads in Transworld
Yeah.
every month. You're like tripping over like paying the AMs a couple $100.
Wow, I really hate to hear that. In my like little kid brain, I just like to think that everyone's fucking balling out of control
Everyone
on
was
brands.
rich.
Yeah, like
I
especially
wish.
in an era like that when like you guys are fucking top of the game.
Yeah, because dude,
Yeah, no.
you guys had like everything. Like was like Black Panther, bearings, dodos, Shorty's hardware, Shorty's. It was all combined. You guys had the like
Everything.
the little kit that every kid had to have.
The whole
Like
thing,
was it all? It was all coming out of the same place, right?
everything.
So
Yeah,
like
I
how
mean, they had-
there was a stranglehold on the whole industry at one point. The only thing you didn't have was trucks and shoes, but
it
like
was really tricky too because they got that big by sponsoring everybody as a hardware company, right?
Yeah,
Like they're
Shorty's
a
Hardware, yeah.
company, so they got away with it, and then they bled over into all the other accessories, and then Shorty's and the name and the logo kind of became like a soft goods brand as well.
Mhm.
So the team was so fucking big, and the second that they were like,
Okay.
we're doing boards, the whole industry is like, we got a conflict of interest. You know?
Mhm.
So they had to, it was kind of a big separation part where they had to like, a lot of dudes had to quit or
yeah.
do whatever. But yeah, it was like, they had like a fleet of brands.
And Ghetto
all under
Child,
them.
fuck, I forgot about that. Like it was
Ghetto Child, yeah, that was Musko's company.
that's crazy. And then but talk about Rosa a little bit and how she took over the skate world, man. Like every kid's dream.
Rosa was, I think she was, pretty sure she was like a kindergarten teacher in her real life. And she would come like the owners, they probably like contractually obligated to hey, come say hang out with these fucking shithead little kid skaters. But she'd show up at the owner's house for like barbecue. We'd have like barbecues, team meetings, and whatnot. And she was just super cool. She was just like down chick. She was like it. She was like the super model of the skate world. Every kid
Crazy.
had that poster of her in the bolts.
Yeah.
It's a pretty iconic image. But yeah, I only met her a couple times, but she was super cool. And yeah, she was like, that's what I mean. It's like Shorty's like, they were like marketing geniuses.
They were, dude. That kit of like all of the things was like a must have. I'm like, I don't even know what to do with half of this shit, but I need it, dude.
Dude, look at some of their old like Big Brother ads, and they're like insane.
Yeah.
Like some of the Big Brother ads are like, so pushing the boundaries of good taste.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hardware brands. That was the blueprint, man. Because look at what Diamond did after. Just put everyone on and just
Paid
blow
nobody.
up.
Yeah.
Just
Yep.
t-shirts.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, hey, the price to be on the cool companies sometimes.
100%.
Can we get a couple stories from some of your legendary Shorty's teammates, starting with let's go with Steve Olson's story if you got one.
I think I got a Steve Olson story. I think it's a good like capsulizes kind of who he was, which was we went one day to Carlsbad just to take a look, and I think we were out to gonna go skate the curved ledge out front. There's this like long curved ledge. I like turn around and I like see him already like falling over the other side of the fence and like running in to go, I'm sure to go check out the big gap. And I jump over, follow him in, and when I get up there, he's already like pushing full speed up to it. Like goes ollies it, gets pitched off his board, and I said to him something to the effect of like, "Oh, do you want me to like? I don't have my camera with me," and he's like, "That's okay. I don't need a camera." And he goes back up, and now immediately tries a kickflip. And this is a long ass time ago, and I think it was like only been kickflipped by like Markovich at the time. And he like kind of comes close, and I go, "Steve, are you sure you don't want me to go get a camera?" He goes, "Dude, I will never forget this," because it was like you could see him enacting this throughout his skateboarding. He said, "How do I know if I'm ever going to be alive at this spot again in my life? I might as well just do it now." And he just kickflipped it.
Damn.
Camera, nothing, and like
that's awesome.
It was just like how he rolled was like he was the most spontaneous skateboarder I've ever seen.
But what does that quote have to do with you getting the camera, dude? Like, we could still get the camera and film this, Steve.
No, I didn't. I didn't have my camera. Like, there was some reason where like I either didn't have it with me or we were out of battery. Like I was unable to film, and I was just completely. The thought that in my head I'm thinking like, what it would take for me to even attempt to jump down Carlsbad. It certainly wouldn't just be thinking like, well, I might never be here again. It'd be like, what am I going to try? How am I going to, who's going to be shooting it? How many angles? Yeah. Who's shooting the photo?
3 filmers and a photographer, man. Come on.
Yeah.
He's just like, no, fuck it. I'm just going to kickflip it for myself.
That's so G.
My own
that's wicked.
Peace of mind. Yeah.
I love that. What about Muska?
Similar to like what I just said about Steve Olson, where he's talking about, I might never be here. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, God damn, I wish I could be like that. Like, Muska would be the dude where he would roll up to a spot like, and I'd be there to film it. He'd roll up to something 25 times, stop, and then locking in and committing and just fucking doing it. And I was like, thought in my head, because you're like, that is all it takes, right? Like you know how you're gonna do it, you know what you're doing. Once you can clear that part of your brain and get everything out of the way. Like he was living proof that like you could just fucking handle shit. And I never had that. Like I would just roll up like 50 times and then just go home just to film. I filmed a bunch of this stuff in Fulfill the Dream that was all first try. Let's see, it's like a huge 50-50 and a kink trail in Irvine, like no slides, a triple kink, and I can't even remember where it is. Like another huge 50-50 tail slide in the rain. I shot that. Like, all that stuff's first try.
Wow.
He was just on like an absolute path of destruction.
Yeah. Fuck. What about one more? What about Smolik, man? Because I remember we asked Wes Kramer that years ago. And I think he told a story about them fighting each other, and he was like, "Yo, Smolik's the craziest."
Oh my god, Smolik is like. I would say this. I think I'll tie this back to Muska too. I think Muska, he kind of is like there's a Muska, and then there's Chad. Like he kind of like is able to decipher the difference. And I think Smolik is the real thing of what people think Muska is. Like Smolik's like actually like that fucking dude. Like he's fucking wild, out of his mind, genius, and fucking nuts all wrapped up into one. Quick story was filming for Fulfill the Dream. We were on tour in New York, and we got hooked up by this girl that I was dating, and to go to this nightclub that was like the hottest spot in town. I think it was called Veruca, and it's like red carpet.
Oh shit!
Come show up. We walk up, they get us like right in. And we're sitting at the table, and Smolik's got like his arms around 2 models, one on each arm, and he starts fucking getting, I can't remember what he started getting like, worked up about, and he starts like yelling at the dude sitting across from us, And he starts grabbing ice chips from the champagne bucket, and he's just throwing them across the table right at this dude. And after like the third like time, guy like turns, like looks and gives this like look, and we're immediately like escorted out, and it was the dude that he was doing it was the owner of the club and the guy that had gotten us in.
Oh my god! Come on,
that's good, man.
Get the hand that fed him, man. This just popped into my head. I just want to say this before we move on from Smolik. At the end, we do rapid fire, and we always ask like worst style. And over the years, I feel like a number of people have said fake style, like any fake style is the worst style. But when I was watching his part the other day, I was like, Smolik has the greatest fake style ever. It's not on every clip, but when he puts it on and he's exaggerating, it like gets you so hyped. So that's a correction for everyone that said fake style is the worst style, not in Smolik's case.
Yeah, you're right. He was right. He's just towing the line.
Yeah, like it's his right natural swag, but it's clearly like he'll just like put it on. Like, like I just did that. But it's like, it's so sick.
He got a little more, he developed it, so to speak.
Yeah.
It was a little less so when I was skating with him.
I love it personally, so shout out.
That's awesome.
Oh, yeah. Smolik's the best.
So after Shorty's, you made your move over to Dark Star. Leaving Shorty's, was there some time in between the move, and what led you to Dark Star? It
wasn't a ton of time. I think what led me to Dark Star was just opportunity. I was just trying to figure out who the hell would want to sponsor me, you know, like really at that time. And it came down to just like connections, who you knew, who I had built connections with in the industry at that time. And at that time, it was like Ryan Kenrich and Chet Thomas and Gailea. I think we had just moved in together. And that was like right when I got on Dark Star. I had moved from San Diego to Orange County, moved into Gailea, was skating with him and Chet all the time. So that was how I got on Dark Star. Also, I was riding for the wheels. So that's probably a big
foot in the door.
Similar thing. I was on the wheel company, and it was right when they were starting the board company. So I was like, oh shit, another developing board brand I can eventually get kicked off.
You could be one of the first ones here, so
future.
You're the first to go.
Future X.
Damn. Yeah, those wheels were fire though. I remember getting a pair.
I don't think I ever had a pair of those.
They're good. Yeah. Hard as shit.
Yeah, they were.
Dude, people think that now that was a Canadian company. Like that's a common thing.
Easy mistake.
Yeah.
A lot of Canadians on it. Gailea, Macnow,
DeCenzo,
Hasty, John Hanlon later.
Did Paul Trepp ride
Paul
for them
Trepp,
too for a minute?
Damn. It was a Canadian company.
Cameos like half.
Cameo.
Probably some more we're forgetting, but yeah.
So Get Tricks or Die Trying, one of many epic digital videos you absolutely snapped with the tech combos you became known for. How was it filming for that video?
Awesome. Filming with friends. It was like Bill Weiss and Dennis Martin. Those are the two dudes that are like the two guys, the duo behind that whole series, digital. I think I need to go back, but I'm pretty sure I have a clip in every single digital.
That's
not sure there's one that I missed. I had just moved to LA, so I was meeting and filming with like a whole new squad. I met Mike Morosco, who he was living in Simi Valley, young kid at the time. I think he was only like 18. And he had his local squad. He was making like shop videos. He started filming with him, started meeting all the West LA dudes like Robbie and Chris Roberts. And I was skating more. I was not sponsored, and it was kind of liberating in a strange way. So it was a good time because it was living by the Courthouse, skating there all the time, filming there when we wanted and when it was convenient, when you were feeling it. So it's kind of the ideal film of video scenario. If that makes sense.
For sure.
Bro, that video was on repeat at Adrift back in the day when it dropped. And I remember watching it. Appleyard lived upstairs for that summer, and he came down and Gaelea's part, like he watched Gaelea's part with us for the first time. And he was, I don't remember verbatim, but he was like, damn, that was 3 minutes of grade A footage. And just like, I was like, hell yeah. Love that video.
The iconic
talk about underrated
clip, like halfway through when you're like, let's take this party back to Cali. Like, where were you? Because it seemed like you were filming in Cali the whole time.
We were in,
and
we
then
were
it
in,
just is like more Cali.
That was on an Arizona road trip.
Okay.
So yeah, we were like all packed in the car. Yeah. It was me, Gailea,
with the 40 in hand, I think. That was awesome.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean it was that switch pop shove, it took longer than it should have. So
oh, okay. So that was the same
he
trip.
Probably rifled off like 3 or 4 tricks and was like, all right.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Nollie heel back tail. Same trip.
Same trip. Yep.
Nice.
Same trip.
Damn.
Yeah, and it was like a big debate, like whether or not he had done it. Like he was.
Wait, what do you mean?
He's just convinced. He was like somehow convinced, like it was like what either wasn't good enough, or it was like droopy, or his front foot was none, or like something. Like
no,
I don't know. I just remember being like, "No, you're tripping."
Yeah, you kind of get that vibe in his intro when he's like, "Guess what? I don't like it. We're doing it again." And you're like, "Fuck."
Yeah, man. I mean, for sure. You got. I mean, dude, that's what the great ones do.
Honestly.
Yeah, man. I wish that was maybe my favorite like video series. I loved all the Transworld videos and stuff, but digitals, like for some reason, just were always so entertaining.
It had a really good mix of like hardcore skating and really good editing, like good, just you could tell it like had like an unpretentious.
Yeah. They were light,
and the lineup
fun.
Was always wicked.
Yeah,
they were great at building the video.
Yeah,
and like the good recurring characters, like there was always Appleyard in digital. Like you knew you were always getting
that
Appleyard.
was what was cool. It was like you had like all the dudes that were like immediately in their orbit.
Yeah,
and here's a clip. Like you could siphon off 1, 2, or 3 things, and because the videos were so well received, you're like, all right, I'll definitely give you.
You wanted to be in there
because there was like gnarly hammers, not just people's throwaway in the montages.
I've gone back and watched a few, and it's shocking how much really good skating just
in the montages
goes by.
Yeah, Ryan Smith was in a bunch of them, like Darrell.
Another.
Yeah.
So good.
So 180 Fakey Manny, Fakey Trey, take us behind the scenes on that epic banger.
I mean, it goes back to what I was just saying, where when you are at a point where you're skating somewhere regularly, sessioning it, like having no real pressure on it, and you're comfortable with a spot, that's usually when the best shit happens, and that was pretty much the case with that. I think when I first moved to LA, I could barely nose Manny that thing. It's tall. Mm-hmm. Like it looks at it and you're like, it's not high. It's not high to ollie up. It's high to do Manny's on for sure. Mm-hmm. And I could, like frontside 180 weight Fakey Manny, I think was always my like go-to, like dip into the well for a Manny trick. Like that would always be it, but it was too high to get up on. Mm-hmm. And I was probably like skating there all the time for well over a year, and then wasn't filming and like randomly got up on a 180 Fakey Manny and was like, holy shit. Like,
surprise yourself.
It's possible. It's possible. So I started like kind of like training for it, like trying to like just go there and like repeatedly see if I could do 180 Fakey Manny. And then once I knew that I could do that, then I called Mike Morosco to film it. When I did it, I really truly was like, I finally got something that it felt like I was like, oh, this is something I'm actually proud of. Mm-hmm. It was like really like almost the only trick where I'm like, this feels like it's like worthy of, end trick in a video part. And it was like probably within a month or 2 of Get Tricks or Die Tryin'. So that was my only like regret with Get Tricks or Die Tryin'. It's a part that I like, but I don't like that it ends on like a gimmicky, like Manny spin around like whirly.
Dude, why did it do that?
I don't know.
I was gonna ask who made that call, because looking back, you're like, why is that the end?
What would again? I'm like, I felt like there was a lot of quality stuff. I'm not sure anything qualified as something that would have been like truly satisfying as like an ender. Mm-hmm. That's why I wish that I could go back and shoehorn in that as like the last trick in that part. Mm-hmm. Because it's like it's probably my favorite part, but yeah, it just like again ends and I'm like, right, okay.
What's the plan to just fakie flip out and then it was like working well, so you then pushed it to fakie tray?
The plan was to do it to fakie tray just because shoot for the stars, I guess. Okay. And then while I was trying it, I did one to fakie flip, and the first part of it is way better than the one that I did for the fakie tray. Like I was going a little faster, and I remember just like plucking and just like locking right in, and my feet weren't quite how you want them to be. And rather than try to like wiggle into a fakie tray position, I'm perfectly set up for a fakie flip. So let me just do that. I'm like, clap it out, middle. Hit the tail. Yeah. So it was like much better execution in terms of pure manual, logistics. But, at the end of the day, I would take the 180 fakie Manny fakie tray out over that, by a mile.
For sure. So we talked to Dave Mayhew a little bit leading up into the interview. Absolute legend. Hope to have him on the pod someday soon as well. But he said you've always had the best balance, which I mean, we've seen and we know now too. But he also said that back in the day they had a name for that. Do you remember what it was?
Boo balance. Yeah.
What is that?
My family's nickname for me growing up was Boo. And it was before even like my boo was like a term, well, that didn't even exist. It was like my mom's birthday is around Halloween, and my grandpa wrote her a birthday card when she was pregnant, and they didn't know if I was a boy or a girl. And so it was like something to the effect of like roses are red, violets are blue. Here's just us, me, you, and little Boo.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
So they started calling me Boo before I was born as a like non-gendered way to refer to me. Mm-hmm. And then it came out and everybody my family called me Boo. And then as a young teenager, you could imagine how embarrassing that was. So all my friends started calling me Boo.
That's awesome.
That's dope. Boo balance. I like it.
Yeah.
You mentioned by the time you're filming that last part, the digital part, you were already not sponsored. What was the transition like for you after that? I don't know if more sponsors came into play after that or anything, but like just transitioning out from being a pro skater, what was that like for you after skating at a high level for so
long? Not easy. It's definitely not easy. There were no real sponsors that came along, and I think I knew that. Like, I think I knew in the back of my head that anything that does present itself as an opportunity would be temporary. You know what I mean? At this point, I'm in my late 20s, and that's already like kind of older, especially at that time, Mm-hmm. So my head was just thinking like, what can I do? That was more like, it wasn't like what do I want to do? It was like, what can I do? That was when I ended up, a friend of mine was working for TV development for CBS. He was like the assistant to like the head of TV development. And he got me like a job as a transcriber for this production company. And that's like literally, it's just taking the footage and creating like a script of every single thing that's said or shown on it. And after just like a couple of weeks of doing that, they learned that I knew how to work the editing software, because I was so bummed at how all my parts had come out thus far. I just like wanted to be able to do and like have control and edit them myself. So it was like, hey, this is kind of a skill that I've picked up. I guess I could do that. So they put me doing some like assistant editing work, and it was for like some pretty big TV shows at the time. It was for like the show Intervention. I don't know if you
Oh my God, you worked on that?
Dude, no, it's worse. I was the guy that had to take like, you know, those interviews where it's like,
No, that was so heavy, man.
people bearing their like life and their soul. Like I had to go through that raw footage. I had to be like, here's your selects. Get ready.
Oh shit, dude. That's insane.
It was brutal. And then that led to like some other assistant editing jobs, which led to reel editing jobs, which led to lead editing jobs. And so I just kind of like slowly worked into the world of post-production through like reality TV shows. So I was working for after Intervention, I was working on UFO Hunters, worked the night shift on UFO Hunters, and then did 7 seasons as the lead editor for True Life. It's an MTV show.
Oh my God, that one was crazy too.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, so it was
that's so cool.
It was certainly not like an easy transition. It sucks. It sucks to dedicate like your entire life, and then it's funny, like you really should see it coming a lot farther off. You really should see it coming up from way farther off than you actually do. So faced with that reality, it's not easy. It's why a lot of skaters go through a lot of hard times, I think, trying to find that transition. I think for me, I was just lucky enough that one of the skill sets that I picked up through skating was directly translatable to jobs in my area. I'm like, all this software, all this editing shit, this was like a new thing. It was like, I'm like working alongside 65-year-old editors who are doing things exclusively on Avids, but then there's like Adobe Premiere coming up, and they're like, they're trying to hang on. Like, we're early adopters of this like, as skaters, that's what the coolest thing is we're early adopters of almost all technologies. So you're really like ahead of the curve when it comes to knowing how to adapt and apply all of this stuff into something that is useful to someone.
You fell into a wicked spot then. I mean,
I ended up in a wicked spot.
Yeah.
I didn't fall into it. Between that, there was also like a couple years of pure freelancing of trying to find out what else I want to do. Like I worked in the kind of TV industry till the point where I started feeling completely disconnected from skating and skate culture and everything about that. And so I wanted to really find a way to come back into it in some sort of roundabout way. Because also it was like my skill set felt like it was a little more in line with where skating and skate culture was at, with being able to tell their own stories and do like little documentaries and things like that. Like it was, there's a whole, that stuff wasn't really around in like the super early 2000s. It was like on video. That was like really the only thing that was like, this is about skateboarding and it's coming from a culture of skateboarding. Are you guys familiar with on video?
Oh yeah, loved that.
They're fucking awesome. They're super cool, but that actually had like, resistance at a point for skaters who are like, oh, it's lame, all the time.
There's a lot of storytelling.
Yeah. So, but cut to like years later, and it's like the YouTube generation, and everybody's a content creator, and everybody likes to see the lifestyle of everybody else, scenes. And like it fits perfectly. So that was when I was like, I'm gonna fucking get a job that somehow allows me to work back in skating. So that was when I started working for Rockstar Energy, and they have a whole skate team, BMX team, like moto. Most of those cultures, there's a lot of like personality crossover, like overlap. So it was definitely like a feeling of like almost like coming home, in a sense of like being in and around more of the culture that you grew up with, even though the job that you're doing is in line with what you've learned over the last decade.
Sick.
That's wicked.
What was the team, or like when did you start there? Because they've had, I feel like, different dudes over the years?
I started there 7 years ago.
Okay.
7 years ago. So when I started, like, David Gonzalez was still on.
Lutzka, another digital legend.
No, it was after. Also, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
No way, really? Damn, there's a good squad from Wisconsin then.
He was a full generation behind me.
Yeah.
But, yeah, came from Milwaukee. John Alley, too.
Sick.
Dude, royalty. That's awesome.
He came straight from Wisconsin to my couch, too.
Damn. Well, that's sick, man. Made it back to skating.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's good.
So what's next for Aaron Snyder? What's coming up for you?
Oh, Christ. A whole bunch of work, man.
You get to go to events and stuff now too, so you're pretty much like you're ingrained in it again.
It's pretty busy. Like, again, like I just got back from Las Vegas 2 weekends ago working at a music event called Sick New World. Rockstar does this thing in Portland called Rockstar Energy Open. It's like a huge fucking skate contest, music festival. Super cool. It's going to be our 3rd year doing that. We also do it for snowboarding, and we're going to start, I think, for surfing as well. And then we also, Rockstar got bought by Celsius. I don't know if you're familiar with that drink, Celsius. Mm-hmm. So I've been working a lot of like cross-brand type of stuff. So we'll see. There's no shortage of things and that we're doing as a brand, and it's pretty cool to be able to kind of like dip around and do have your hands involved in a bunch of different cool stuff.
Feel the heat from here.
Yo, it's Rapid Fire with the Ghost, and this week we're honored to be brought to you by the only trucks we ride. It's Thunder, baby. And they've got news for everyone riding big ass boards. The new Thunder T2s are now available in 10-inch wide 181s and 9-inch 161s. Perfect for your horse pills, zoggers, and everything else in your curb quiver. What? And everything else in your curb quiver. Pinch perfection, elevated height, and remastered geometry. You get me. Thunder Trucks. If you know, you know. Hit up your local for a set at 9 times the drive, So Hip in Canada, and LB Skate, Eastern Border, and Atlas in the States. Got you covered.
All right, Aaron, we got one more little section before we get you out of here. A little rapid fire.
All right.
You ready?
All right.
Favorite skater?
Guy Mariano.
Favorite video?
Mouse.
Favorite video part?
Guy Mouse.
Favorite style?
Wade. And Amu is pretty next level.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Which skater had the biggest influence on the way you skate?
Rick Howard.
Sick.
Anyone ever tell you guys kind of look alike in like old videos and stuff?
Yeah, the dudes at the rotation station, which was the skate park, like it was like an hour-and-a-half drive from where we grew up. Guys at rotation station would call me Little Rick.
I just rewatched. Shout out Switch Trey Gang and Fulfill the Dream that you did. But I was like, damn, you and Rick, like you guys could have had tricks in each other's parts, and no one would know.
That's I'll take that.
Most talented skateboarder on planet Earth?
Shane.
True.
Favorite trick?
Tray flip.
Hardest trick for you?
Hard flip.
Most illegal trick?
Ride on grinds.
This generation, man.
Spoken like an OG tech god.
Yeah.
I'll say this. I say that, but it's mostly just out of jealousy. I'm like, I wish I could have gone away with riding on.
Honestly.
Jesus.
We're so fucked up now that sometimes people do that and we're like, oh, that was sick. And you're like, wait a minute. I'm just like brainwashed by the acceptance of riding onto things.
Favorite clip you've ever gotten?
The 180 fakie Manny, fakie Trey on the Courthouse. And also the line at DWP with the fakie 5-0 fakie Trey. It's in Get Tricked or Die Trying.
Yeah, that was fun.
I like that one. I think I like the way I did it more, and I don't know. I like getting tricks on like iconic spots. So I think my favorite shit is seeing stuff that other people have skate, but also is a good trick.
Yeah. I no disrespect to the filmer. I just wish they were a little closer to you. Like some lines at that spot when they're like really parallel, it hits a little different.
That's probably on me because if you'll notice that place, if you've ever been there, the pillars are pretty close to the benches. So depending on what trick you're doing, you have to either go in line or you need to curve around it. So if you notice, I'm like curving around the pillar to take like a bigger wide angle, and I think that that did some injustice to the filmer. So.
Yeah, I shouldn't have said that. Epic clip. Shout out to the filmer.
Redact the statement.
What's the worst trend you've been a part of?
I don't really pressure flips. I don't know. Never really like was trendy guy, at least in my memory.
What's the gnarliest trick you ever witnessed?
A couple of things. When I first moved out to California, I saw Chad Knight switch backside flip down the Sports Arena double set. And that was like way, way, way advanced for the time. Like that was super fun.
That's the Jeremy Ray triple?
It's the same one, yeah. Okay. Double set, 4 flat 4. It's pretty long.
Yeah, that thing looks
4
heavy.
Flat 4 for those days. Then, by the way, that Jeremy Ray, if you ever find yourself in San Diego, do yourself a favor and go up and look at that Jeremy Ray triple set. It's like inhuman how insane that is.
I gotta peep that, damn.
I want to re-bring up all of that Muska first try shit. You're on pins and needles because you're looking at a dude doing something that is super fucking gnarly. Like big, dangerous, pushing the boundaries of what's even been done so far. And he's not attempting it in a way that makes you nervous, right? You're like, Jesus Christ, what's going through his head? He's like, oh, fuck, next one. And then that like lock in and just fucking do it and bang it out was just like an ability that he had that he would just do over and over and over. And dude, and there's also, if you notice, he does like the back-to-back nose slides at the Arco rails. It's like the 9 stair and then the 17 stair, something like that. And he did that one first try as well. And I'm filming, and it's why it's filmed so bad. Like I'm not expecting him to even like to try it, and he just like does it. Danny Minnick, I think, was shooting it on film, and it's like completely underexposed, like it's almost black. I'm filming shaky. I'm like, dude, I'm sorry. You just did like the gnarliest first try back-to-back nose slides ever, and one angle's black and the other angle's shaky.
Damn.
Legend.
What's the one trick that got away?
Probably switch pop fakie 5-0 fakie tray. I think I always wanted that one because I loved Mariano originally doing switch pop fakie 5-0 fakie flip, and it's like the World Park. It's on like honestly like a 2-inch high little fun box, but the way he did it was so good. So I always wanted to do that one, and also wanted to do switch varial flip fakie 5-0 half cab. And those were both tricks that I like came close, but never got.
Oh, that would be crazy.
Damn, those are a couple dope ones. Did Stevie do that one?
Which one?
Am I tripping? Switch varial flip, one? Nose grind, half cab.
Nope. No, it hasn't been done still. I mean, I did switch varial flip fakie 5-0 or switch varial flip nose grind, however you want to call it.
TX did that one too, real good.
Oh yeah. It's a weird one, but kind of works. Because also always loved I just love that trick switch pop fakie 5-0 180.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Enrique Lorenzo did it in digital. LA High, I think, but I just saw Yuto did it on a little rail in Japan, but it's like a steeper rail.
I saw that.
Crazy.
Yeah. That did not look like the rail to be doing that on.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, that was fucking sick.
When he half cabbed out, I thought like as soon as he started, I'm like, oh, sick. I know that rail, like that's a sick trick. And then the half cab out, I was like, whoa, that would not be easy. And then the other one, fakie tray out. I'm sure you saw Tiago do it on the fucking table. The year he should have won Sodi.
That was like definitely a realization moment for me. Like when I saw that, I'm like, I cannot fucking believe this is like how good skateboarding is now. There's somebody doing this
He's.
across
I
the
mean,
whole
it's not like that
table.
was a norm. He's like best of the
Yeah, I
best.
mean,
but
you're talking like for sure. He is best of the best.
that was ridiculous too. I'm also a switch shove nose grinder, so
Oh yeah.
they always stick in my brain, and that one also blew my mind. I'm like, you couldn't do it on a normal ledge first. Guy went straight to the fucking
That was,
picnic
by the
table.
way, one of the fulfill the dream tricks was switch pop fakie 5 on a table on flat.
That's one of the ones you lost,
Yeah,
right?
that was one of the ones. I
Oh,
lost.
okay.
Yeah, that was the
Damn.
lost clip.
Did you
That
find?
sucks.
Is that one of the ones you found?
No, that one's gone to this day.
Damn,
Yeah, that one's gone.
Brutes.
that's sad.
Yeah, brutal. I never even saw it. That's what's fucking. I never
Oh.
even. I've been filmed by April. It was filmed by like somebody random, just like holding a camera, and then they like taped over the footage.
Damn. Did you get the fakey flip out?
No.
No. Well, if it makes you feel any better, I've also tried that one a gazillion times.
Yeah.
It's also gotten away.
Switch shove nose grind figgy flip.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is that was like the original golden goose that I was after, and then I just eventually, after having no luck with that, I'm like, I might as well just fucking try the fakey tray flip out instead, because half the time the way that you get into that trick, your feet are almost better positioned to do that than to fakey flip.
Yeah. I could see that. I got no fakey tray out knowledge, but best one, my favorite one at least, Danny Montoya on the up ledge was picture perfect, and it would be so hard on a fucking up ledge.
Yeah, that's a good one.
What's the biggest bunt you've ever witnessed?
Probably me trying to skate rails in the early 2000s. I think I had a long history of getting myself up to a point where I thought I knew a trick well enough to take it to a rail, only to just like ride up to it and then half try and eat shit, be embarrassed. That's when you know there's more to life in skating. You know?
What's the last new trick you learned?
Last new trick I learned, big spin sugar cane on transition.
Oh, sick.
Wow, I don't think I've seen that one.
It wasn't that recent though that I learned it. my learning, I'm thoroughly into the relearning tricks phase of my life.
Just keeping the ones you got.
Relearning.
That's a great feeling too. So keep
that's
it
the
up.
thing. Is like I always wondered that. I wondered like, what's that going to be like when you're like you suck and you remember being good. Like I remember when I was good, and it's great because every single thing that you do that's even halfway decent, like it's just as fun.
You're
as
really
it ever
happy
was.
about it.
Dream job after skating.
Exec producer of documentaries probably be my dream job.
Favorite local brand.
I'm gonna say Sunday Gravy, the local Italian spot up the way from my friends.
Sick.
Hell yeah.
I like that.
Favorite local skater.
Brian Baca.
What's the one sponsor you regret riding for?
I don't know if I regret riding for any sponsors. Probably, I mean, I would say like maybe like Dragon sunglasses, just because it's like not my style. But in terms of sponsors, like, you know, I was always trying to get more sponsors. I'd even say Billabong, but like looking back on it, Billabong was a freaking awesome sponsor because at the time they would just do allotments of gear. It'd say you get 35 pieces of gear per month. And the way that their warehouse was constructed was that there was zero difference in gear from a keychain to a wetsuit. So you could roll in there and bring like 10 wetsuits. And like, I think it was more like, I don't have sponsor regret. I just have like, you know, sponsor wishes. You know, it was like growing up, did I dream of a life as a pro for Darkstar? Like, no, of course not. But you know that there's only so many seats at the cool table.
So you were the local wetsuit dealer back then?
Yes.
Dude.
Yeah.
Love that.
I think I still have a couple disintegrating in my garage.
Favorite teammate ever?
Shit. Gailea.
Hell yeah.
Wicked.
That's big, bro. Gailea, if you're watching, make sure to send us a clip or two for the Bunt video. Motherfucker. And yo, Donald, did I tell you? So we have a video coming out at the end of the summer, Aaron, and we've been talking about it for a gazillion years. It's finally time to like start asking people for homie clips and stuff. And I asked Gailea for a clip actually years ago, and he actually tried to switch crook this crazy thing in Vancouver. But, you know, we're not getting any younger, so that was probably 5 years ago. I'm like, it's probably asking even more now to be like, yo, can we get a couple of fresh clips? So last time I asked him like a month ago, he's like, yeah, I got this back nose grind that was the concrete cover. And I'm like, you mean the one from like 15 years ago? he's like, yeah, the clip never came out. I'm like, I don't know if we can pull that off. I don't know if we can.
It's timeless.
That's so
man.
dope.
Yeah.
We can work with that.
Oh my God. If he doesn't get anything new and y'all see the back nose grind, you know what happened. But
That is fucking hilarious.
yeah, fucking Gailea. Worst teammate ever.
Okay. Chris Dobstaff.
Oh,
Yo, I think we've heard that one before.
well, what's up with Chris, man?
I don't know. He was just kind of too cool to connect with, I guess.
Okay.
He was too busy doing, localizing his park.
I feel like that. Yeah, I feel like the reputation. You just hear things here and there is that he was maybe cocky or something.
I think my memory is like was one time on like a session and we're like skating some spot and there's like a group of people skating it for probably like a half hour, and like he got up and got his board and said something to the effect of like, I better get on this session, somebody's got to land something. Which is pretty incredible, actually. It was like just fully throwing us under the bus. You guys suck. I guess I'll get into this session so we can get a clip. These poor filmers are dying out here.
I love those stories. Like so kooky, and in the moment you're probably like, what the fuck? But like thinking back on it, it's so legendary.
That was awesome.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
And it's probably annoying because he actually has the skill to back that up. He probably got up and just
100%.
like heel flip front 5-0'd something, or like a hubba or something.
I'm sure if you weed through some of the wackiness, that there has some absolutely outrageous skating that he has done.
Oh yeah, I actually
without a doubt.
Fucking good.
just rewatched his subject to change part, and it's so insanely good.
Why did you watch that?
Why did you? Is that the one where he nollie back heels the sports arena double set?
No, nollie heel, half cab heel, and back heel, and they're all flawless. And we watched it. It was our buddy Mike Main's birthday, and Chris Dobstaff somehow came out, and he'd never seen it, so we put it on for him, and he
was he hyped?
Yeah, that part's.
Well,
He's like, so this dude didn't. This guy didn't. He didn't take off.
Dude, he kickback salads a skinny hubba. Like he had the craziest bag of tricks. Shout out. We should get him on the pod one day. I'd love to hear like if he's mellowed out or like where he's at. Not. If his ego's got like checked with his career, probably not going the way he planned. Anyways, moving on from the legend, Chris Dobstaff. Worst company.
Bike. Anybody remember Bike skateboards?
What? Oh my God.
Oh yeah, that was the thing.
That's
Bike skateboards.
That's taking it too far. Like, everyone tries to have the one word companies now, like some fucking word.
That's taking the ironic name slightly too far.
Yeah, I kind of love that though, as a worst company. Worst trend.
Ride on grinds.
Yeah, sticking to your guns.
I like that.
Man.
Worst style.
Ginwoo.
Ooh, you went current, dude. Damn.
Oh.
Is that a hot take?
I just didn't
not
think you
really.
were going current. That's crazy.
I mean, it's recency bias, maybe.
That's crazy.
It's hard for me to watch.
Dude, what a call.
And it's going back like to the, really quickly to like the whole like street league thing, judging thing. Like it sucks that street league was kind of created, like Deerdick's whole idea was like skate contests do not really reflect like skaters. Like that's not really how we think or feel. So they kind of wanted to create it more in the mold of like how a skate house would like view skating. And it's just not it's just not what it turned out to be.
I know,
right?
it's
like
changed
the
over the
idea
years.
that like, and they sell you like, you'll hear like, all right, so here's the judging criteria. It's based on, you know, difficulty, execution, and style. But like, it's not. You can't judge on style. You can't judge it based on your gut. You have to judge it for its, I guess, technical merit, right? Like dude does a front blunt varial flip down a big rail. It doesn't matter how weird and wacky and unpleasant it looks. You're like 9-4.
Yeah.
It's a tough one.
I know it's the days of like Appleyard and Beeble and Dylan Reeder in Street League are long gone. Like that was the recipe that we were sold.
Yeah, those were the coolest things. Like you would have like real dudes, and even though it ultimately like what it proved was like the dudes that were making and winning the traditional skate contests were also the same dudes that are going to win your street leagues.
I know.
Like, there's no like magic recipe to be like.
There's no contest that would get them to win.
Tweak the format, then like the real skaters will win. It's like we're all real skaters. They're just.
You just got to keep those guys out of the contest if you want someone else to win.
Yeah, good luck doing that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Last but not least, who's the last person you want on the sesh?
Fuck. I'm just gonna. I'm gonna throw Dob Staps under the bus again. Just for that one time, you know.
Yeah.
One session is all it takes. Dude. Okay, it's one thing to show me up. It's another thing to tell me you're about to do it. Right?
Yeah, that part wasn't necessary, huh? Dude, thank you so much for coming on the show, sharing your stories and memories, man. That was an absolute blast.
Man, appreciate it. Thank you guys for having me. Your show is fucking awesome, dude.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
You've got mail.
Welcome back to the post office, episode 2. Inbox starting to fill up. Ghost, we got a couple to get through. Who we got up first?
None other than the legend himself, Jay Burrows. Let's see what he's busy editing the video. What could he be possibly wondering over here? Hey guys, could each of you tell us about your favorite story or moment while traveling for the Bunt video? Shout out to Cornwall, Ontario.
So, big shout out. Dude, this could be fucking any traveling moment. But speaking of Jay Burrows, my mind immediately goes to Jay going missing in Detroit.
Oh my God.
After a long day, you know, many natty lights being consumed, we tried to sit down for a family dinner at a classic Mexican spot. And dinner goes by, takes forever. Service was questionable at this dinner. Safe it will not go back to the restaurant. But we get to the van. We start looking around, and Jay's gone. We can't find Jay. Nowhere to be seen. We start calling him. Phone's dead. Justin Bull checks his Ring camera to see if he's on the porch waiting at home. Nothing there. So we send out the search party. Mason grabs a scooter. Everybody else grabs another natty light, obviously. And we just scoured the city looking for him. And just when we were ready to give up, the Ghost, being the greatest team manager on earth that he is, found Jay, saved his life. And Jay's life continues on.
I didn't think you were going to go there, man. I don't think that's what Jay was expecting from his email. Getting
I'll
roasted.
try to think of another one. That's not roasted. That's
not
just,
roasted. That's just facts.
That's just facts, bro.
That was epic. I remember some of us were trying to just go back to the Airbnb, saying, "Oh, he'll emerge," and Malta was like, "No, like we're doing this. Like dude, we're finding him."
Jake and Jesse were sitting in the van, and I was like, dude, get a beer. Like, we got to find this guy. And Jake's like, are you guys fucking serious, man? And we're like, yes, dude, we can't lose him, man. And
his phone died.
Yeah.
That was epic. Epic trip. The first trip with like the Cali homies. Squad for life now. I was going a little more wholesome, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
I couldn't think of anything, to be honest. I mean, there's too many memories, but a lot of them are too insane. Mitch in Dallas. You know, we won't go there.
I wasn't there, so I couldn't go there.
I'll just say, as far as the actual video, a really nice one was we were skating this like long flat bar you might have seen on Instagram in Dallas, green flat bar out of car distribution. And two things happened actually. Malto couldn't get the right angle for his trick, and then the owner of the dealership was so nice that he was like, "Oh, I'll move the car that's parked there out of the way so you have a better angle." Then he's like, realized he didn't have the keys, they weren't on site, so he's like, "You know what I'll do? I'll put it in neutral and we can all push it." I've never seen an owner of a business that's being skated, especially one where a board could hit your cars.
Dude, they were like
so
vintage
nice
Range Rovers too. Like it was not just like a Honda dealership. Like no disrespect to Honda.
That's Southern hospitality. So the squad, we all moved this car together, got it out. Malto could get his angle, and then the dopest thing was who landed it first. I think Malto landed his trick. And then Carlos was battling a trick too, and they'd both been battling, but they caught the classic 1-2 back to back, which is rare when both people are like battling for a while. And obviously the squad erupted. That was an awesome moment. 2+2 for the video, you know what I'm saying?
Big day for the Bunt video, of course.
Heat wave.
I mean, every day. Is it a heat wave if it's just always that hot?
Yeah.
Texas. Epic email. Thank you, Jay. Now back to work, man. All right. Next up, we have an email from Nick Shields. Hey, Bunt crew. As skaters now in your mid to late 30s, mostly late, man, what habits do you wish you had picked up as a teen? Much love, Nick S. That's hard, man. That's 20 years ago, dude.
I haven't really changed. There's the things that I wish I was doing more then. I still wish I was doing more now, like stretching and injury prevention instead of just dealing with it once you get hurt. Like just all that shit. I feel like I'm still just as bad. Can't think of anything that I'm doing now that I wish I was doing then, to be honest.
In my teens, instead of smoking weed, I wish I worked on flipping in and out of tricks a little bit more. Would help me a little bit more in present day. Had my priorities a little crooked back then.
Yeah, I thought of it as like skate habits, but we're talking anything. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm better at using a calendar now. I don't think that was that important when I was a teen, though.
Yeah, shit. I still need help with that.
Yeah. Nick Shields, bro. I don't know how old you are, but whatever you think you should be doing more of, just do it. No time like the present. Thanks for the email. Next up, the 1 minute rule. This is 1 minute and 5 seconds. I will let it slide, but just that's a close call right there. We got a voice note from Sean Ruona. Let's take a listen.
Hello there, the Bunt. Got a little question for you, as well as a bit of feedback. Not sure if you're aware, but on Spotify, it appears that they automatically generate descriptions for each of the timestamps. And I'm realizing now that it keeps spoiling the random skater of the week. I did a little digging and I saw that you can turn that feature off in the Spotify for podcasters thingamabob. And I think you should. I think you should let the people play along with a little bit of honor. Some of us are keeping score, and we're taking these tallies pretty seriously still. Did I say that right? Anyway, my question is actually inspired by that recent Palace video, which was filmed here in good old Detroit. If you could pick any established team to come to your lovely city of Toronto and film their own full-length video, who would you like to see? Thanks.
Well, first off, love constructive criticism like that. Not people just coming in hot, making demands and shit, but, you know, well thought out, and definitely should do that. I didn't know that was happening. Spoilers. But I'll go take a look at Spotify after this and try and fix that for you. Team. Damn. You got one?
I don't right now.
Who's popping these days? Man, we got a bunch of teams coming to town soon. About to make it rain.
All the teams. Past or present team.
That makes it way easier. Yeah, bring the sorry team.
Yeah,
let's go back to like
always the right
2002. Let's get Arto and them boys in the building, man.
Yeah. Or the America. This is skateboarding squad. That would be fucking fire.
They did come. They did hold it. Well, not the whole team.
Yeah,
but
we just want a whole T-Dot video out of this team, Detroit Styles. Fuck, man. Bring the real squad. So the
True.
boys. They got everything in that team. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Get the real team to T-Dot. I know they come every summer for the Bunt Jam. A couple of them. So just bring the whole squad. Spend 7 years in Toronto working on a vid.
Yeah. Okay, I'll go with bring the Huff team.
Oh,
Just
nice.
thinking, you know, Brad Cromer in Toronto.
Damn.
Be fire. Mason, although he's been here a handful of times, he's never had time to skate street.
Yeah.
Always curious what he could pull off out here. Yeah, Dikey, you know what I'm saying? Cyrus, the Huff team's fire.
Eric Herrera.
Yeah, etc.,
Back
etc. Never a dull moment watching a Huff video.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that.
All right. Next up, we've got an email from Aaron Bliss. Yo, what's the funniest thing Will Marshall has said to you guys? Dude seems like a riot.
Damn. Off the top of my head, I can't think of anything, but he did just have us cracking the fuck up. One more Tyler Warren's wedding story.
Oh, nice.
Like I said on Random Skater, or maybe that hasn't come out yet. So forget
You gotta
that.
chill. You gotta
Anyways,
chill.
yeah. So was at Tyler Warren's wedding 2 weekends ago now, and the next, like, I went to bed at 12:30. Kevin Lowry brought me back to the hotel. Got a good sleep. Was still very hungover. The rest of the crew went to the bonfire, whatever the hell they did.
Mm-hmm.
They got back to the hotel at 6 a.m. So they were completely cooked. And on the way there was 5 of us, me, Chuck, and Lowry in the back. Claire and Mitch up front. On the way back, we didn't realize we had an extra one. Will was coming with us, so we go to get in the whip, pop the trunk open, and Will's just laying in the trunk. He's like, we're like, what the fuck? So 3 in the back, 1 in the trunk. And Kev asked Will how he was doing, and he just like started firing off like a million funny. He's like, how you doing? He's like, you're looking at it. And he's just like, yeah, bro, we were just dying. And he was so like funny for the first like 10 minutes of the drive. And then we looked back a little bit later and he was just out cold. Nice hour-long drive in a trunk, lying down. It was fucking hilarious. Yeah, he needed that rest though.
That's good, man. Worked out for him. I don't think I even have one, dude. I don't spend too much time with Will, to be honest with you. So, not that close with him. Wish I was closer.
But yeah, you are right. He is a riot. Hyped he's pulling up for the jam. All right, next up, we got an email from Daniel Robertson. Dono, your kid in hockey yet?
Very Canadian question. No, not yet. He's only turning 6 in September. He's supposed to start his first hockey season in October. So we'll see how he goes. He's been running through learning how to play with me twice a week for the last 2 winters. So I think he's ready to spread his wings and fly. So we'll see how he goes.
That'll be epic. I thought he was, but I guess playing with you doesn't count. He meant in hockey, like.
Oh,
I read that wrong.
He's not in a league, but yeah, he's been playing since he was like 2. Yeah. We would go. I would teach him how to skate for the first few years. Now the last 2 years we've been playing hockey pretty consistently. Twice a week. Thinks he's better than he is. All right. Next up, we've got an email from Zachariah Lee. I do up to whatever the fuck DJ Khaled said and whatever Safest says. Bunt boys, thanks for keeping the real shit coming for almost a decade. Or is it over a decade? I can't remember. Y'all the realest. Steal. I gotta ask a real one. Have you, Dono, and Ghost, throughout all of your years through thick and thin, ever seen one or the other or any other homies do an illegal trick, not an illegal trick you both have agreed to, and in each other's own mind, giving them props, knowing rightfully so that you actually thought it wasn't of proper caliber? Meaning internally, you didn't think it was fully valid, but you gave proper props anyhow. I feel like this happens when we were all younger. I know we all got to give props for whatever's landed, but sometimes those internal thoughts be real. Hope that wasn't too confusing, and it's the best pod on goddamn earth.
Thank you.
That's really nice, man. And it's just over a decade.
Yeah, I think May 26th, if I remember correctly. Late May was episode 1.
Crazy.
10 years ago.
Started this at the ripe age of 27 years old, man. And here we are. Or maybe 28. Who the hell knows?
Fucking... So, each other or a homie doing an illegal trick. For sure. I'm trying to think of a specific one, but that happens all the time. Because we've said it before, but... got homies that they might have an illegal trick in their bag, but... You just
want to see it.
If they're working hard and they're hyped when they land it, I remember the one homie doing like switch 180 Smiths.
Who's that?
Nollie Smiths at Dunbat, and it's like, yo, that's your shit. You get it. You're hyped.
Is that
Props.
Dennis?
Let's keep it moving.
Yo, no, go more inner circle, man. I mean, our homie Simon has his bag teeters on legal or illegal, but he is an all-time great in the T-Dot skate scene. Most recent, like Simon has hard flips, like one of the best, most iconic Toronto hard flips. And we were skating this big bank. You'll see it a lot in Detroit. It was in the Palace video we just talked about. And he battled front foot impossible on this bank for probably 4 hours, dude. Like one of the most intense and the whole time in my head, I'm like, he should just be hard flipping, you know? Like that's a clip in the vid, hard flip, but he was so locked in to front foot impossible. And I don't think he's skated since. It absolutely killed him.
Front board kick flip in 66 tapes later. Yeah, that's a good one. But just in general, it doesn't really, we don't care if it's illegal. If it's in your bag and you're working for it and you do the clip, do the trick, you're getting some props. It's not like we care that much about illegal tricks. We just try to not do them ourselves.
Try. We try.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't think of any other ones. Who in our crew was popping off illegal shit? I mean, Morgan, holy shit. He had a phase of hella illegal tricks. He knows it. Pop shove Smith, the little handrail. Kickflip front 5-0 to switch crook.
Oof.
Like pop shove Smith, front shove, all that kind of crap. But even at the time, I think I was like, this Smith, bro.
Dude, who out of our homies has the most proper bag of tricks? Like never veered on the edge of illegal.
That's easy. The first one that comes to mind, Cody Brown. But Jacob Williams' bag was smaller than Cody's, and that was like
the two of them
even just cleaner. Not cleaner, but like so pristine because he didn't even venture too far out.
No,
when he wanted to do something new, it was a switch back heel to front crook. Like, shit, cuz.
Yeah, I guess the two of them were... Did Cody ever do anything illegal?
Oh, for sure. If I really think about it. But we won't go there. Jake's, I don't think I can think of a single illegal trick.
No.
Just all your nollie basics that you want to see on rails. From
Cody
nollie
Brown and
nose
Jacob
to
Williams.
nollie back nose blunt.
Serious.
Yeah, that's a nice 1-2 right there. Shared part, you two in the next bunt video. Dust off the cobwebs, boys. All right. Who's next up in here still? Oh my God. Next up, we got a voice note from... Who the hell is this? Benjamin Cabrian. I don't know that the world needs to see this photo, but let's take a listen.
All right. You got it?
Yeah.
Welcome back, Bunt Boys. Safa and Richie. Ooh, sorry, I had an Apple Yard moment right there. I'm playing, you know what I mean. Don Cron. Don 1 of 1. D Jones.
I like that.
What's up? This is Ben Cabriana calling in once again. Safa, I got a couple questions for you. That photo of you laying on the ground surrounded by a bunch of pairs of Nikes looking like you're so hyped that you just got a box. Got a couple questions about that. 1, what was your favorite pair of shoes out of that box? And 2, do any of those pairs of shoes withstand the test of time as some of your favorites of all time? Love that you guys are back. Miss you guys very much. Anybody that says that there's a better skate podcast out there, I'd love to beg to differ. See you guys soon. Shoo.
Wow.
Yo.
That's a real listener right there.
That is, dude. Ben. What an email. He did his research.
All right. I mean, this picture's insane. I can't remember who took it. I hate that it found its way somehow onto the internet here. Actually, I don't really care. It's funny. In this box in particular, those black and orange Blazers. I never skated those, but I kept those for years as chillers. And then for skate ones, these Dunk Lows here. In the first Adrift video we did, Stick Up Kids, I skated those a bunch. Got a bunch of clips, so I'll say those. And those ones hurt me because I swear if you look at how much they are now, they're like 2 or 3K. And I skated a bunch of pairs of those. Should have kept a couple, you know what I'm saying? But did not give a fuck back in the day. Just skated everything in the boxes. Thanks for the memories and the embarrassment. But thanks for that was an epic voice note for real.
That was a fucking real one. All right, next up, we've got an email from Brendan Booth. Which pros do you think would be most likely to use AI in a video part to clean up a sketchy landing? And which pros do you think would be most likely to use AI to turn a bail into a make? I mean, same difference. We don't need two here. Which pro? Gary Rogers, probably, if he was pro. No, I'm playing. Dude, I mean, if Dustin Dolan knew what AI was, maybe he would use it to clean something up. I don't know, man. Sheckler to finish the El Toro backside flip.
Yeah, I don't know if he would. This is just too fresh in my mind. This person is not a pro skater, and only people who have been to the Bunt Jam barbecue on Sunday would know this one. But our boy Tommy's dad, Big Ron, AI master these days. Yo. We should ask him. He'll probably, maybe we could put a clip next week of Ron skating. But yes, he's been slowly mastering the art of AI.
Dude, mastering is an interesting word.
Legend.
Absolute fucking legend. All right, y'all. That's going to wrap up this week's edition of the Post Office. Get your emails and voice notes into thebuntlive@gmail.com. We want to hear from you, man. Welcome back to the Rundown, the Skateboard World source for sports, brought to you by NFL Canada. Ghost, we are inching closer to the NFL season.
Bruv, I cannot wait. September 9th, 2026. You know what I'm saying? We on and popping. Patriots, Seahawks. Of course, they're going to hit us with a Super Bowl rematch out the gate. I hope the Patriots don't get embarrassed again. We obviously like an intense game. I don't think they will. I did see A.J. Brown dislocated his thumb in practice, but pushed right through it. No, he didn't leave practice, bro. He's built like that. And then the next day,
prediction for that game, just a quick prediction.
I think the Patriots win 24-16. You know what I'm saying?
They're going to score 24 points on that defense at home.
Oh, it's in Seattle?
Dude, they're putting up the banner. They're getting their rings. It's a fucking...
Forget the exact score.
A 14-6 game.
I think they're going to be worse this year, man. They lost Didn't they lose their coordinator and they lost
Kenneth
Walker. So
RBs are replaceable in this world, man.
I'm just saying, forget the exact score. I got Patriots.
I got Seahawks.
All right.
And then we have an international game in Melbourne.
First
Niners
ever.
and Rams. Dude, does Aaron Donald come back?
I think so. I hope so. That'd be so fun.
Why not, dude?
I know.
Why not?
Shotgun. I call the Rams. You can't have them.
I'm not cheering for the Niners, dude. I'm also picking the Rams. And that's just how it's going to be, man. Back to divisional breakdowns. We're starting the AFC South. Texans, Colts, Jags, Titans. Obviously, the Texans won this division last year. Dude, you see that pic of fucking CJ Stroud walking into training camp?
How could you not see that?
Brother, man, he zero aura coming out of CJ Stroud right now. This is the year the takeover started last year, or maybe the year before. We're always waiting for the prince who was promised to fully blossom. Let's give him one more year. Trevor Lawrence and the Jags. It won't be quarterback dominance. It just ain't like that. But the Jags win this division, man.
I'm not mad at it one bit. I'm pretty sure I agree, but maybe just to mix it up a little bit. I mean, I don't trust the Colts. They were on a crazy pace last season, and then Daniel Jones got hurt. They fell off a cliff, missed the playoffs. Remember, they were first.
They were like one of the best in the league, bro. Who was it? Jeff Saturday was talking about them being the best team in the league.
I think they were 8-1, maybe.
Yeah. Jonathan Taylor went fucking psycho.
But I think they never won another game after that. I might be tripping. Maybe one.
Well, yeah, the Daniel Jones injury completely wrecked them.
Yeah. I might have seen their last win of the season, or last or second last, that Berlin game. Anyways, you know what? I'm going with the Texans, man. We got to remember, this league ain't about aura. It's about results. You know what I'm saying? Were people talking about Sam Darnold's aura last year? No. And what they do? A casual Super Bowl. So, Texans, hopefully they re-signed their main defensive studs. I'm pretty sure. Nico Collins ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? They went and got David Montgomery.
Bro.
But the O-line is still a concern. I'm going with the Texans.
Loudly about David Montgomery, man.
Well, that's your sleeper.
He ain't a sleeper, but what a spot to land, man. They were desperate for a running back. I mean, Nick Chubb had weeks where he was great. I fucking forget the other guy's name.
Woody Marks.
Woody Marks, there you go. I probably spent 100 fab on him one week, didn't pan out. But the Joe Mixon role, man. Joe Mixon was incredible. And now David Montgomery, that's great for them. What is the ceiling for Cam Ward and the Titans, man?
I think under 500, but I think they start to creep up, maybe 6-7 wins, man.
Asking for a friend here. You have two choices in a keeper league. Sam Darnold or Cam Ward.
What are the rounds?
They're off by one.
Sam Darnold in the 9th. Yeah, I remember Sam Darnold in the 9th, I think. Cam Ward in the 8th. I might go just roll the dice on Cam Ward because we've already seen the peak of Sam Darnold. When we're talking keepers and maybe keep him for a few years, I always want that upside. And you think I'm bullshitting you, but I think that's what I would do.
Dude, I don't think there's a wrong answer in this one.
But I would wait for some preseason. Yeah,
is the problem. So, and then the other option is you keep David Montgomery over both of them.
Yeah, could do that. I would just want to see some preseason tape, even though it's really misleading. I just want to know if that O-line is still like dog shit for David Montgomery. Hard to say. Let's predict the division though. What's your 1 through 4?
It's Jags, Texans, Colts, Titans. I mean, maybe the easiest one to predict.
All right, I'll go.
Although the Jags are so fucked, man. Like week to week.
I'm going Texans, Jags, Colts. No, Titans, Colts.
Yeah, right, dude. You're tripping.
Ward. No, hey, you never know, bro.
Trip. No,
every year there's some crazy stat. Like I forget.
All right.
Like
I mean,
teams.
that is one of the most boring divisions. You know, not much excitement down there in the AFC South.
There's probably 8 teams that made the playoffs last year that will not make it this year. Don't forget that. And I might have made that number up, but it's like a number around 8.
How do you even come up with that?
Oh, Bill Simmons. He always
like there's 8 new teams. Yeah, that happens.
Yeah, which means you can't just look at last year's standings and be like, oh, this is going to be the same.
No one did, but the Titans did not get much better.
I know, but maybe the Titans are the shocker team, and the Colts fucking Daniel Jones is slower than. I mean, he's coming off fucking torn Achilles, man.
He doesn't. Yeah, but he never had to do much.
Lost Michael Pittman.
That was better. They're better off without him.
Bro, Alec Pierce, man.
Yo, that was one of the most interesting contracts.
Yeah,
of
I'm
the
saying.
offseason.
There's some question marks.
It was like, yo, he's getting this huge raise. I was like, why, dude? You know, like this.
I think he had 84 targets, man. Yeah.
All right, moving down to the AFC West. Always a competitive division. The Broncos, the Chiefs, the Raiders, and the Chargers. Similar to the Jaguars, I feel like the Chargers are the same thing. Every offseason. Justin Herbert this. Justin Herbert that. He got his coach. He got this. He got that. Where do you see this division ending up?
I mean, I hate to be that dude because it is every damn year. But something feels a little different this year.
Oh, yeah. What is it that feels different? It's the fucking 6 months.
What feels different actually is the rest of the division.
Okay, and I like that.
And I actually let's assume Amari and Hampton doesn't miss like half the season. They went and got Mike McDaniel as just an OC. I like that. And then the Raiders aren't ready. You know what I'm saying? Kirk Cousins slows molasses.
Mendoza.
You saw him running. Yeah,
Mendoza.
but Kirk Cousins is starting the year, I'm pretty sure. So they're not a threat to me yet. The Chiefs, we got Mahomes off the ACL.
We got Walker. They always needed a running back.
Yeah, Rice be looking slow. And then the Broncos, we got homie coming off ankle surgery. So I'm more looking at the rest of them.
Ah, okay.
And the Chargers, I feel like this is their year. But they always all get hurt too. But I'll go Chargers. I want to say Chiefs. Homer. Chiefs, Raiders.
So the Broncos go from winning. Were they I guess they were second place below the Patriots. So they go from second in the conference to potentially missing the playoffs. Is Drew Lock not going to be ready?
Drew Lock? The fuck are you talking about? Bo Nix?
Oh, Bo Nix. Same guy. Same guy, different name.
They did get Waddle, so that'll be interesting. I don't know. You know what? I shouldn't underestimate the Broncos. I'm just never been a big fan. My heart says Chiefs, but my brain says Chargers, Broncos, Chiefs, Raiders.
If Josh Allen beats the Broncos in that playoff game, which he should have, they lost that game rather than the Broncos won. Do the Buffalo Bills win the Super Bowl last year?
Hell no.
They get to the Super Bowl.
They get there, obviously. I mean,
but the Seahawks beat them?
Bro, the Seahawks beat them. They barely beat the Jags, and then they lost to Denver. Like,
Yeah.
I think that defense, I don't think anyone was stopping them, man. They handled the Rams like
Yeah, they made
it was just
quick work
their
of
year. Yeah.
All right. In this division, return to greatness. Lots of slander about Patrick Mahomes the last year or two. 2 years ago, they win all the close games. Last year, they lose all the close games. This year, the Broncos, coming off that huge season, I think they regress a little bit. Like you said, the Raiders, everything's up in the air down there. The Chargers, hope is the worst thing you can give someone. And all they ever have is hope. The Chiefs win the division.
What?
Everything is returned to greatness over there in Chiefs Kingdom. Rashee Rice does what he's supposed to do. Kelsey.
What's that? You're keeping him. That's just
Kelsey is not what he used to be. He's a lower tier tight end, but we don't need that out of him anymore. And then Kenneth Walker, huge upgrade. They've needed a running back since they lost Kareem Hunt. But I do believe in Mahomes. Like, the Mahomes hate is crazy, man. Mahomes clearly the best quarterback in this division. And they still got Andy Reid. They had a wonky year last year, so be it. Chiefs, Chargers, Broncos, Raiders. That's just how it's going to be.
One more thing on the Chiefs. Like, I'm not buying everything you're selling, but I want to buy it because I'm a fan. But one huge thing that pissed me off for our keeper league, they got rid of that bum-ass motherfucker. Probably should. They got rid of that bum, Matt Nagy. Sent him to fucking New York, unfortunately, where I got Jackson Dart. But they went and got Eric Bieniemy back, who when that offense was fucking zipping and fucking flying, zagging, and Mahomes was QB 1 or 2 every year, it was Bieniemy. Then immediately he went. Remember, he was terrible for fantasy for 2 years in a row. Matt Nagy. Kick that bum out the fucking door. So
Matt Nagy just brings down quarterback production wherever he fucking goes. But we're talking about this guy was chasing Brady's greatness, and now people are so easy to just love the shiny new toy. Like Herbert's going to be this guy that takes over the division. I don't believe it, man. I don't believe it. It's Mahomes' division to lose. It's got to be.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I'm just giving the Chiefs this one more year as like a potential retooling year as he like comes back from the ACL.
What do you think about Kenneth Walker?
Oh, I'm so excited. I mean, I started playing fantasy. My second year was Kareem Hunt's rookie season, so like I was used to seeing a beast, and then there was Jamal Charles before that. So It's been a long time, remember? And then it went all downhill. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and it's been patching together. I mean, they've won Super Bowls with scat backs and shit, but it'll be nice to see a workhorse there again. But I've had Kenneth a few times in fantasy. He does tend to miss a fair number of weeks, so hoping for health over there.
Agreed. All right, transitioning out of the NFL, something we don't really like to do, especially when the NFL season is approaching. Both super excited for it. Dude, something, came over us this summer. The World Cup. Didn't expect to be as locked in to the World Cup as we were, but dude, just quickly, your World Cup experience, man.
It was both amazing and so frustrating at the same time. Most soccer I've ever watched in my life. No question there. I was absolutely loving it, but then the shit just feels too rigged, man. Sometimes it was so blatant and so annoying, and that was very frustrating at times. Like, it's just like a foregone, like, Morocco's third goal, and then the comeback. Like, there's Argentina specifically. Let's not hold back on that.
No, it was Argentina.
Felt like they got help
100%
all the way through. And had they won that in penalties, oh my God, that would have just been absolutely brutal. But I could say I'm a fan, and it sucks it's every 4 years because I'm already like excited for the next one.
Yeah. Very excited for the next one. I also was locked in. Started with Canada, backed Canada. We had a nice little run. Won a knockout game, which was, I think, more than we could have ever expected.
Hell yeah.
Our city was buzzing. We were hosting games. There's flags flying everywhere in the multicultural city we live in, man. Every nook and cranny of the city was popping with World Cup. There was TVs on every sidewalk. You name it, man. The city fully bought in. That was incredible. It was rigged fully for Messi. They scored some big goals, but for the most part, the games were exciting. The goaltending was fantastic. And I think sometimes people don't like watching soccer because there's not much excitement a lot of the time, not a lot of scoring, not a lot of shots on net, but there was high scoring games. This shit was back and forth. Absolutely loved the World Cup.
Yeah, I think that's what used to turn me off. Like, that's why I was never a big hockey or soccer guy, just because like the 0-0, 1-0, 2-0. But once the almost goals start to get exciting and you really like lock into it, there is way more excitement than like you might think if you're not giving it a chance. And like, yeah, you mentioned Canada's knockout game. It was 0-0 the whole game, and I think we won in like the 92nd minute or something. Or didn't win, but scored and just had to play some D for a few minutes. Incredible. Shout out to Canada. And I didn't know this going in, but we tied the first game in the group stage, and that was the best we'd ever done. So everything after that was gravy. That was
Dude, we
got
won
1
like
point.
7-1 one game.
Yeah.
There's a clear discrepancy in talent,
Oh yeah, you could see the levels.
There's like, once you get down to like the final 8 or maybe call it 12, everyone after that is like, it's the worlds apart.
Yeah.
Who was your favorite player?
Damn, good question. I gotta like look back at the teams. Who was yours?
Had to be Jude Bellingham, man, for England. Harry Kane started the tournament as the leader and obviously was the leader for England, but we saw the rise of Jude Bellingham. And then when they lost that game to Argentina in stunning fashion, Argentina was just, not much sportsmanship. They would scream in your face after they beat you too.
Yeah, so
and one guy, I think he was saying some shit to his teammates, and Jude was there, and Jude slapped him in the back of the head, and it made me like him even more. So I think the rise of Jude Bellingham was one of my favorite parts.
Damn, I can't think. I mean, it's boring, but that was our guy in 2018. Mbappe emerged, and last World Cup he was incredible in the finals, back-to-back golden boots. And I just found out he's of Cameroonian descent, so let me just go with Mbappe still.
It's a goal-scoring machine, man.
Mm-hmm.
You got anything else, sports-wise?
Sports-wise? Let's go Steelers. Let's stay under the radar. Let's just shock the world and win a playoff game or two.
You can't stay under the radar with fucking Aaron Rodgers.
I know, but no one has any
expectations.
expectations. Yeah, he was going crazy.
He's going off on Fauci, man. We ain't going to touch on that shit, but that's Aaron Rodgers' wheelhouse right there. I plead the fifth. All right, y'all. Y'all know where to find us next week, episode 3, next Wednesday. Let's get it.